Chapter 7.8, again, getting close to this test. Yesterday we were introduced to basic problems that required us to translate and solve. Quick review, remember that sum means add. So sum of P and 56 means P plus 56. Is means equals 91. And then you had to solve that by subtracting 56. Again, I'm not going to do the solve because we've covered solving. I don't think that's the case. These three dots on my notes, whenever I write it, means I know how to do this. I'm just not going to write it. Now, it takes a lot of responsibility for you to put those three dots, because what it means is that you won't come to your notes later and say, I forgot how to do this. But I think we do know how to solve P plus 56 equals 91. So putting this down, then putting three dots means you understand you should keep going. You just won't keep going for the sake of your notes because it kind of wastes your effort. The difference of a number h and 16 is 58. Again, difference means subtract. H and 16, so h minus 16 is means equals 58 comes over here, and there you go. Again, I think we know how to solve h minus 16 equals 58. We would add 16 to both sides and get our answer. The product of a number f and 8 is 168. Remember that product means times, and remember that when you're multiplying, it does not matter what order they are in. Number goes first, variable goes second. Is means equals and 168. From there, again, we would solve that by dividing by 8 on both sides, getting your answer of, I think, f equals 21, and moving from there. The quotient of a number v in 19 is 23. Again, quotient means divide. Remember that division means you're going to create a fraction. The thing that's stated first goes on top, so it would be v over 19 equals 23. And again, to solve that, we would simply multiply by 19 on both sides. I think we know that. 75 is 16 less than a number y. So 75 is means equals. Less than, remember, is subtraction, but it means switch your order, which means that 16 should not be stated first. It should be second. So it ends up as y minus 16. And again, in the end, to solve this, you would add 16 to both sides, get your answer, and go from there. So again, I am assuming at this point that if you are on this lesson that you have already done enough to kind of understand those, so I'm not going to do those as part of your lesson because, again, it just makes the video longer. If you're having issues with that part, email me, let me know. But again, understand I am going to have a conversation with you in terms of what part or what do you think you have to do so that you can kind of tell me something, because telling you the answer doesn't help you. Today we consider problems that convert into two-step equations. When translating these, it's important you remember the importance of the word per or each. Remember that per and each indicates that the number involved should get the variable. All right. So if we were asking $8 per person, there is your keyword per, which means multiply. Per what? Per person. So we would actually put 8p. Not per, but for person. 8 per person. 15 pounds per box. There's your word per. It's per box. You would put 15 times B because it's per box. 15 per box. 19 dogs each day. Each day is what we're talking about, so it would be 19D. I don't know why I did that, but let's just assume this was cats each day. D is for days, not cats or dogs, whatever. But again, whatever your variable is talking about, that's going to be, whatever your each or per is talking about, that is the variable you're going to use. So remember that we use a meaningful variable when translating. You'll also have to pay attention to what the variable wants us to use, because, or what the problem wants us to use, because that's going to make a difference in how you set it up. For the sake of allowing you to get comfortable with the concept, we'll stick with just one type of problem and one type of problem tomorrow. Be sure to work hard to get the understanding of what's expected of you. Again, let's just take a look and see what we are getting ready for today. Not a lot of problems, but just make sure you at least practice this. The cost to rent a bicycle on a beach is $3 plus 4 per minute. Write an equation to represent the cost C of representing the bicycle. Well, they want cost is, and remember that C is cost, so you'll put C equals $3 plus $4 per minute. Well, per minute means I should be putting 4M. Remember, 4 per minute means 4 times whatever variable is there. That's the first thing. The second thing, it says the customer's final cost was $83. Notice the cost was $83. That's the cost, which means that should go in for C. So we are going to substitute 83 for C. and then solve. Well, here's the funny thing. Remember I said that the added value gets moved first? This isn't really the added value because that's 4 times n. The added value is really the 3. And since this is a positive 3, we are going to move it with a negative 3. 83 minus 3 makes 80. From there, we move our 4 as that's 4 times n by dividing by 4. 4 goes into 8 twice, just bring down your 0. That means they had the bicycle for 20 minutes, which makes sense. Because 20 minutes would be 4 per minute, which is 80, plus $3 to rent it, which is your $83. So again, what you're doing is setting it up, reading the problem, substituting for whatever variable that they gave you, and then making sure to find the answer using the solving that we learned. The cost to rent a bicycle, again, $7 plus 3 per minute. Write an equation to represent the cost. So the cost is, so we would put C equals $7, which just means put 7, plus, which means plus $3 per minute. Again, per minute means 3M because it's 3 per minute. So those two get multiplied. If the final cost was 43, that means the cost was 43, which means put 43 in for C. Now from there, we want to solve. Well, remember the variable is multiplied, goes last. So this 7 needs to move, and because it's positive, we'll subtract it. 43 minus 7, I believe, is 36. I think. Then we're going to divide by 3, and get 12 for M. I know that because 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice, and that is your answer. So as usual, the homework will continue to include all the problems that's going to be on this assessment. Just be sure to get through as much material as possible so you're ready when the test pops up. Again, let me know if you need assistance and show me the work that you have whenever you ask for that assistance. Outside of that, go ahead and get to work on your stuff, and good luck.